If you want to build a thriving social life and build an elite social circle with attractive women, there is the one funnel that works every time if you build a social circle that I'm using by myself. And here I want to show exactly how it goes. First of all, it's a funnel to build a social circle with the most attractive women you ever seen in your life. And I call it simple, the women funnel. And there's one important mindset you need to consider here. We are getting Instagrams, no numbers. And that's one important task, to get the Instagram no matter how you feel, no matter how bad the conversation was, because what we are doing here when building a social circle, we are creating attraction. We are not coming in, we are not like the blonde, tall, white guy with blue eyes and model that every girls want automatically. No, we are a normal guy just like me, and we start low, like we start on a certain level, but then through the things we are doing, we are creating attraction. That's why we need the contact of every attractive girl that we see. So that's the mind. So in order to jump in, I can zoom out a little bit quickly. So that's like the complete funnel, how it actually goes. You know, you have a lot of different steps to go through, but I will break down everything so you can actually understand. And we have also here some troubleshooting on the way. So first of all, how do you meet women? How do you get the IG of women? You need to meet her somewhere, right? So usually there are two ways how we do it. And just to say, I don't use dating apps. So there could be, you can scrap Instagrams from dating apps if you want. So if you have conversation, get the Instagram. But in general, we start with cold approach. So you meet girls random in bars, maybe in clubs, in events, and everywhere where you meet an attractive woman. That's a cold approach. And that's where you're going to collect the Instagrams that we need in order to build this funnel. And the other thing is, you get the leads, that's how I call the women leads, on Instagram, like either from research, like getting them cold. You saw some attractive girl you want to connect with on Instagram. That's like a cold lead. And also could be warm, like girls that are already following you on your profile, or you are following, or you had some touch with them in the past to Instagram. What we do all with these Instagrams, what we do is we build a list, right? So we build a list and put them in a simple Google sheet so we exactly know who is in our funnel. We need to know who are the targets, who are our leads. It's like business, right? We are just transferring it to your social life. And the next thing, let's go first to the right. So let's assume you met a girl in a bar, or you went to a cool event, can be exclusive, whatever event it is, wellness event, yoga event, fashion event, whatever it is, you got the Instagram from a girl, you connected. And the first thing you do, there's a texting follow-up sequence that you will use, which then will say, I don't want to reveal too much now, but there is a texting follow-up sequence that works very well. And then two things are happening. So you're using the sequence, either the answer is warm and the girl is super down to meet up, super down to see you again, or it's cold. So let's go first what happens when it's warm. So when it's warm is, then we go directly into dating. So we are trying to date her. There is a sequence in order to bring out on a date. To plan the date is very important. There is a checklist, how to do the planning, how to conduct the date. So warm answer means you are going for a date. But if the answer is cold, then it goes here to the right, and that's our next step. What we then have, we are building our Instagram. We will have lifestyle exposure on Instagram. What that means is we have a cool profile with lifestyle stories, reels, highlights, grid posts, a high quality Instagram that is presentable and doesn't disqualify you, and kind of shows your lifestyle and shows if someone looks at your Instagram, it needs to convey some kind of status. kind of that people think, wow, I want to hang out with this guy again. Also, then in terms of the girls, there shouldn't be something on Instagram that disqualifies you immediately. It should always convey something. If a girl sees your Instagram, oh wow, that's actually a cool guy I want to connect with, I want to hang out with, and maybe, of course, potentially date. Because Instagram nowadays is the number one dating app. So remember this. And if there is like a cold answer here from the text and follow-up sequence, no problem. We are not doing texting. We are not trying to convince a girl over text. We just do cool stuff on Instagram. So if she follows us, sometimes if they even don't follow back, we have an abundance mind and we just move on. Or even if you would check out your statistic on Instagram, you will see that most of the engagement that comes to an Instagram are not from people that follow you. But that doesn't matter. So we are then focusing. We don't give too much about if she gives you a cold answer. We just keep going and do cool stuff on Instagram, post what we do so that these girls are entertained and just seeing what cool guy you are, right? And so then let's zoom out a little bit. What we do then is we have here the lifestyle exposure on Instagram. And then what we create here is a mid-funnel experience. It's some mid-funnel event that you can invite a girl to, something cool you are up to, something cool that you are doing. So we invite a girl to something mid, which is not like super top. It's something either you organize or there's some cool event you researched, and you invite the girls here that you met here and are on your list to a mid-funnel experience. That could be, for example, photography walks if you know photography, or could be content walks where you just go to some places with some girls, make some cool content, maybe in a restaurant, on the beach, anything cool on skyline. Maybe you have some events that you want to take her to, or invite more girls that 2 or 3 show up, and then you do something cool like mid. It needs to be something valuable, but still tied to you as a person, in order to test, okay, would this girl come out to see me, but also then going to a cool event to me? One example is you always like yoga, wellness events. There are a lot. It can be some kind of, simple fashion event, something you can invite her to. And that's, I give you a ton more examples. Just message me, and also, of course, it depends on your interest, what you want. Then, from this mid-funnel event, we're going to see, okay, what happens. So you have this big list of girls you meet, and it's very organized. Then 2 things can happen. Either she shows up to this mid-funnel experience and is warm, has a cool behavior, she likes you, she gives you a lot of compliance, gives you a lot of eyes, so to say, or she's not showing, said no, she can't, or even give you no response, ignores your message, your invite, or she's showing up and gives you kind of cold behavior, kind of, she's not sure about you, and there are then certain ways that we want to go. Let's first think about, okay, if she shows up, what we're going to do. When she shows up and gives you warm behavior, we are falling back here. We're going back to the texting sequence and trying to get her out on a date. Right, a warm answer and a date. The same is when then the cold answer is coming from the text. That means she's not that ready for you, that you didn't provide enough value yet, and then you kind of fall back to this position, and you need to keep doing cool stuff on Instagram. So the other thing, what I quickly want to put here, she's showing up, warm behavior, but you think, maybe she's into me, but I don't want to date this girl right now. So what you can do is, from your side, you are friend zoning her. Instead of the girls friend zoning you, you are friend zoning the girls. That's very, very important, very powerful. So it's your decision to friend zone her and say, hey, maybe she has other cool friends I want to connect with. So you want to tap into her network. And you generally want to make a female friend. You want to have invite her out to other things, just to hang out. And that's what we do here. Here, It's then if you made a decision, okay, she's like a friend zone girl, she's like a female friend, then you put them into bottom funnel invite events. Like that's like simple things like friend activities, could be something like brunch, dinner, go to the beach, something small about just friends do when they hang out. When you meet your friends, hey, let's go to a bar. Everybody pays for himself, splitting bills, all that stuff, right? And you still can here, if you see that arrow here, you still can later decide, okay, well, maybe I still want to date her. And then you go into dating execution, right? And then it's up to you. Or other way around, if you date a girl and you kind of think on the date, maybe that's probably more than a friend, you can also friend zone then from the date and then invite to the friend activities, brunch, dinner, in order to grow your social circle, grow your contacts, because you always know you never should just deny a girl because maybe the date didn't get that well, maybe she put you in a friend zone, or it was like very like not flirty enough, or whatever it is. You still can make friends and put her in your friend zone. And so let's go here to the other side. The other thing, bracket, is, okay, if she no-shows, said no response at all, or showed up and give you cold behavior, then either way, of course, first of all, you need to keep working on Instagram, keep nurturing these leads, so to say, and do cool stuff and just show you're a cool guy. But then what can happen a lot is that girls just are not ready yet for a mid-funnel experience. They think, I'm not sure about this guy. I have so many other options. I'm not keen to meet. Like I mentioned in the beginning, we are creating attraction. And what we do next is we invite her to a top funnel experience. So it needs to be something very valuable where she comes out not because of you, but because of the event. One example I always use it is like if one girl would be like a big fan of Lady Gaga, and for some reason you have VIP tickets from Lady Gaga and a backstage pass, and you have one ticket free, right? And if you would invite this girl, which she's 100% into it, she would 100% come out, because that's like a so valuable offer that she can't say no to it. And that's what I mean is a top funnel experience. It can be a big photo shoot, can be a big charity event, fashion thing, or a yacht, a VIP experience, something that is very exclusive, where she usually doesn't come in that easy. There needs to be some kind of value that she say, oh, I want to be there anyway. I want to be there no matter what. So it's not about you. It's about the experience. Anything based on the PDE, if it's known. I mean, that's something you need to find out, okay, what kind of girl she is, what she's into it. And PDE stands for primary driver of emotion, which exactly then covers this, okay, you need to know her PDE, what exactly she likes in order to come out. Would you say, hey, this guy invited me to him, but I probably come to the event. And then if she comes here, you got her out, this girl, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. She comes to experience, not of you, but you are the facilitator of getting there. This already provides value. And then if you meet her up at this event, you can show all the qualities you need in order to create the attraction, like leadership, having everything under control, organizing this stuff. At some point, you can organize some of these events by yourself, or then bring her just to something very valuable for someone else, like on a yacht. You maybe connected, network with other guys, and then you get access to a yacht, whatever. There are many different ways how to do it, but that's not part of this video. I can tell you besides that. And that's very important. So she doesn't come out for you. She come out for the experience, but there you show that you are the real guy, and also then have this exposure on Instagram. Basically, you repeat this cycle over and over until she finally comes out. I can tell you stories from the past. There were girls like 9 out of 10s, 10 out of 10s, that I had to literally send more than 5 invites until she finally showed up to one of my events, or to events that I went to. And then what happened, suddenly a few months later, she was and then attracted to me, right? At the beginning, from 0 to basically 100, from 0 attraction to 100 attraction in 3 to 6 months. Maybe can be shorter. It depends on the event, and it depends how fast you go through the funnel. But basically, you repeat this process and over until she is showing up. And the good thing on Instagram is you can always unsend the message, so the invite, so it doesn't look like you send like 5 invites in a row and always no response. So you always unsend the previous invite, so it's always fresh. Girls won't notice. Don't overthink it. So, but let's assume at some point, maybe in the first time or maybe in second, third time, whatever, she will says yes to your invite and she comes out. So there are 2 things. First of all, there is the warm-up behavior, very warm up, super cool, showed up, gave you a lot of compliance, follows you around a lot, is very happy that you invited her. Or girls just show up, they probably didn't come for you, like I mentioned, you did something which makes her, she's maybe still not 100% into you. What it means just means you need to create more attraction. Could be she showed up, has a warm behavior, but is 50% on the edge, maybe more to the cold side, and then you think, okay, well, you need to build more attraction, you need to build more comfort, more familiarity. You just need to be more time to work on your attraction triggers in order for them to want to like you more, of course. And then what we couldn't do with this, girls, we go from the top funnel experience, we go back to the mid funnel experience, something in between where you still provide value, but it's not all about event. It's also about you. It's like 50% the event, like a cool yoga wellness event, and the other side is like 50% because you are coming too. So you invite her to the mid funnel experience, and then from there she goes either back to cold, and we need to repeat this cycle, or she then goes from 50% warm to really warm, and then you can do like the whole, either you friend zone or you go into texting follow-up sequence and then dating, right? But let's assume she is right away super warm, like in this, you see like this arrow. So you invite her to the top funnel experience. She's super warm, showed up, warm behavior, and then you can go just do your thing, texting follow-up sequence, warm answer, dating execution. If also at some point she goes cold again, repeat the same cycle, lifestyle exposure on Instagram, and keep going the same funnel again, going step by step. And also here, you always can friend zone then the girls, right? And then bring her to your bottom funnel of events with friends, brunch, dinner, whatever your bottom funnel is. That we can, it's very, very individual, but that everybody can figure this out. And so that's about it. It goes from complete cold, nurturing, warming up, providing value, mid-funnel experience, top funnel experience, until bottom funnel experience, dating execution, friend zoning girls, warm behavior from them, going to texting sequence, cold behavior, just repeating the cycle, putting her back to the funnel, providing more value with your Instagram, showing, displaying the cool things you are doing. And then finally, you will have unlimited, I tell you have so much abundance of women that most of women you still will need to friend zone, because you cannot be with all the women you're putting through this funnel. But if you do the right steps, and if you don't mess up on the way, there's no matter that this funnel won't work. There are only a few things that you need to take care of while going through this funnel, and I call it troubleshooting. So in every part of the game, when you meet women, you need to have your social skills on point. You need to know how to connect with these women. You need to know how to say things with the right body language, right tone of voice, things like eye contact, and also, of course, what you say, what conversations you take. And that's all around social skills. So at some point, of course, there can be troubleshooting about social skills, your skills, your game skills. When you're on a date, do you do the right things? When you're on the events, do you have the right conversation? So that can be come up somewhere where we then need to see, okay, what are the things you need to improve on the way so that this funnel keeps working. Then you can go to the next step. The other thing is the Instagram content. If there's something on the Instagram content that disqualifies you, which is low value, there's something that you need to fix, you can troubleshoot. Or again, what's happening in the dating? Do you actually select the right venues or not? Also, what kind of activities do you do for the mid-funnel experience? What activities do you do for the top funnel experience? Is this providing enough value? Is this according to the interest of the girl or not? Also, very important here is the leadership behavior. And also attraction triggers. I usually identify 12 attraction triggers where you basically have to have in order to a certain extent in order to create the attraction that you need to actually get with these 9s and 10s. Right, there are things like humor, leader of men, health, fitness, and it doesn't mean that you need to be 100% of everything. You need to hit a certain level of all these attraction triggers in order to then be attractive enough that the girls, just want to be with you. Because if you walk around like, I don't know, I can say like homeless or like very bad style, the negative will be so will have so a big impact that you cannot make it up with just doing cool stuff. So at some point you need to have like all the attraction trigger at some level in order to then make this funnel work. But that's something then could be done in the troubleshooting section, what need to be improved on the way. But in general, that's the funnel, how it works. And if there are any questions, let me know. Other than that, if you want to make this happen, reach out to me. And there are two ways. Either I help you step by step how to actually go through these things. So it's everything. You need to do it by yourself, but I show you exactly how to do it on one-on-one calls. I give you templates, checklists, texting sequences, invites, drafts for the events, and so on. That's one thing. The other thing, what you can discuss with you, we can discuss it very individual, is like a done for you approach. So I could come in and, for example, build different steps, build your list, get your contacts, go out with you to cold approach, get these Instagram contacts, do the research for you, building your list. I cannot go on a date for you, so that's something you need to do by yourself on your own. But I can help you organize these events, mid-funnel experience. I go there, help you to do behind the scenes for your Instagram, especially also help you build up your Instagram, take pictures for you, get them ready. You just need to post, do reels, everything. Do help you do the top funnel experience. So basically, I can also do a done for you, but that's of course very individual. And that's where we then need to discuss in more detail. But these are the two ways how we could go on with this. If you have anything, let me know. And I'm really excited for you to build your dream social life. And it's not that you lead like a matter of years. With my help, you can do this in a matter of months. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.